Hi, Miss Mims. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Auntie Maim?
I'm pretty good today. I've actually gotten a lot of stuff done today, so I'm feeling very adulty. I got my dog washed and I got him ferminated, so I felt I did a good thing, and that's about it. But I felt really accomplished after I did it.
So I just want to let you know something very important in the world of baking sugar. So I finally discovered, and I don't know why I never even thought of doing this. Dear listeners, I am 41 years old, and sometimes technology does not come the easiest to me. So we now have a Twitter feed for our podcast, specifically for our podcast.
I thought you already made that.
I did, but it was Mims and Maim, so I'm branching out. We have one specifically for our podcast now. It is at Baking Sugar Pod.
Okay, great. That's actually better. Oh, that's what popped up on my
there
phone.
There we go. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl.
I was like, somebody popped up on my phone earlier. I was like, what is this?
It was just me being me, and like I am our social media Twitter enthusiast here because I'm the only one out of us that uses Twitter.
Right, but I handle the Instagram, so it's
you
like
do, you do, and you do a good job.
we split it up. I make little ads and stuff.
We do, and I do well with Miss Mims Twitter ish. Look,
Sorry.
as Melania Trump once said, be best.
Doesn't that seem like a lifetime ago at this point? My gosh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wow, that was an actual campaign. Like, they did not change the copy or anything. That's the actual campaign.
Yes. And it lasted for 4 years, the Be Best campaign.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Boy, what a wacky 4 years that was.
Oh, look, we can have it again in a couple years.
Shh. Please stop. My phone actually, just like 2 days ago, I got this random pop-up from some site that was like, who would you vote for in the next election? Joe Biden or what's the one, the cokeheads one? What's it, Don Jr.? Joe Biden or Don Jr.? I was like, you have got to be kidding me.
Well, your dear sweet governor, who I'm sure listens to this podcast, Ron DeSantis, is thinking about running, but he'll probably run for vice president.
Hey, anything that can get him to stop being governor, I am all for, because sweet Lord.
So I think that Joe Biden's contract with America is that he's going to run again, win, die the first year in office to give us 11 years of Mamala.
Oh man, I like the contract with America. The contract with America. This is how the contract's supposed to work, everybody. Just in case you didn't know, we already have it plotted out. It's already there. We prearranged for how he's going to exit this plane, yes. and so
well,
just so you guys,
the Republicans now say that he's getting senile. I mean, they've said that this entire time. They didn't say that about Trump, but they do say about him, and that he needs to leave office because he's senile.
Didn't Donald Trump put his pants on backwards recently? Like, he actually did an entire rally with his pants on backwards.
And the thing is, so part of when they see senility, it's actually because the man has a stutter, right? Like, the man has a stutter, and it's very cruel, but they are not the party of kind people.
Oh, what? Kindness, that requires having a heart and soul, which they sold a long time ago to the racist people of America.
Thanks, Ronnie Reagan.
Thank you, Ronnie. We love you. We stayed off of drugs. Thank you.
So speaking of Ronnie Reagan, how about we get into this episode?
Whoa, Nelly, let's do it because there's a lot. This was tailor made for pulling on the heartstrings, and I was not ready because I remember this as a kid and I didn't remember being this emotional, which means that I'm old now.
Yeah. This is episode 18. Oh, Suzannah.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that's Marjorie. Just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Oh, Suzannah.
Oh, Suzannah. Oh,
So
what you
I can't.
got for me? Don't
Oh
you
my
cry for
lord.
me.
I love the very beginning, right? When Charlene does her thing about talking about when people get kidnapped, when professors get kidnapped. And she's like, yeah, she's like, when they get recovered from being kidnapped, they got hairs all long and they got beards and they're all sexy. And then they get recovered and then they shave them and they go back to being dorks. And I thought that's actually a really amazing thing because I've actually had this conversation with people about how long hair and beards is basically just men's makeup and how it will change their appearance so drastically.
I mean, it's true. I mean, beards are the best way to hide your face and to like make sure you look thinner, you look younger or more, mature depending. It is the best way. It fixes any kind of deviations you may have. It's just contouring. It's just hairy contouring.
That's it.
And girl, I know I need it.
I think I think that we should change it to hairy contouring from now on. There's never going to be it's never going to be anything other than hairy contouring.
Your camera is having a moment, by the way.
Is it?
You
What's
are now
going on
a
with you?
snap camera, like your Snapchat camera.
But my snap camera's not even enabled right now.
It says snap camera on my screen.
All right. Well, that's weird. Well, we'll just keep talking and hopefully we'll clear it up.
Okay, that's fine. So, it's very distracting to see you look so 2D. But we have news.
What kind of news? What kind of news do we have?
Suzanne is going to be a foster parent for a month.
Suzanne Sugarbaker is going to be a foster parent, but
Yes.
that doesn't check out. Suzanne Sugarbaker is the single most selfish woman that ever existed.
I know, right? We're going to get more into that a little bit later on. But right now, she's going to be a foster parent to a Vietnamese boat child.
Oh, I couldn't tell when they said that. I was like, is that an offensive term now? Because I couldn't remember that's what they were called back then.
Yes, that is exactly what they were called. So, a little bit of a little story, y'all.
Ooh, stories.
Story. I actually worked with someone who was a Vietnamese boat child. And Greensboro, North Carolina actually has one of the largest populations of Vietnamese boat children in the United States. So
They do.
What had happened was, after the Vietnam War, people were fleeing, right? They were fleeing in boats, just fishing boats as far as they could get. People were dying on these boats. They would make it to the shores of wherever they could get to, and Christian missionaries would rescue them. They'd force them to convert, and then rescue them.
Always that one little part.
That little thing. So we have a huge population in Greensboro, and I highly suggest that if you ever come to Greensboro, North Carolina, you get some banh mi. So
oh my gosh, yes. As you were saying all that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's why the Vietnamese food was so good back home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love Vietnamese food. We actually have a new place that just recently opened near our house, and I'm so happy. We went last week for the first time since the pandemic because it opened during the pandemic because
Uh-huh.
they love going through adversity. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is delicious. And so yeah,
Does
so
your
it's
husband like Vietnamese food? That seems a little.
oh, he loves everything. Like
Okay,
he's
I
one of
thought he was picky.
no,
Because remember fish sticks?
he's only he's
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 bougie. He's bougie is what I'm
he's
hearing.
he's bougie. He's not picky. He's bougie.
Okay. So
There's
if
a
he,
difference.
if he went to like there's a place in Raleigh that has local seafood. I'll give them a shout out because they're a great seafood place. You could buy catfish fish sticks that are bougie and delicious. Are those something that he would be into?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he ate the fish sticks actually. I mean, it's like my dad used to say, if anybody's hungry enough, they're not going to be picky. And it just happened to be timed at the perfect time. And he was like, "Oh, what are these? Oh, fish sticks. Oh, what kind of fish? Oh, okay, these are pretty good."
Yeah. The best way to eat fish sticks, I found out from my Korean friend, you throw them on some plain white rice with some soy sauce. If you've never done it before, do it.
That sounds so amazing to me.
Like I was like, why had I not ever put this together? Like
If I wish the audience could see my face right now, I feel like you've just opened up a new gate of heaven. Just
the
now.
Vietnamese boat kid is coming today.
Wait. But we just found out that she was coming like just a couple of seconds
Today,
ago.
because we only have 22 minutes in this episode.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. We have to be very quick about these things.
Oh God. So Suzanne walks in and she bought the girl a Louis Vuitton briefcase. And so I had to look up to see how much this briefcase cost. $2,200. And like at first I was like, is this Louis Vuitton? So I paused it and then looked, and there were LVs on there. Yeah. And Maryjo was like, why are you getting the kid a briefcase? That's gonna be too heavy. And she's like, nah, she could just put some luggage wheels on it and use it at the school.
I did think my favorite little part about this whole exchange before Lee Sing shows up is Suzanne's justification in all of this is that out of everyone there, including the woman that has the two women that have children, out of everyone there, she is clearly the most capable because she has raised the most pets. I was like,
you know why I think she'd be the most capable?
Why?
She has the most money. Like,
right. She could pay anybody to take care of that child.
Yes. So, and the couple is from Birmingham,
Alabama,
and they had a little bit of legal issues, so they couldn't get the child immediately. I'm wondering what kind of legal issues are going to prevent you from getting a child. Also, why does your ass have to drive to Georgia to get this child?
It's the 80s. I'm sure cocaine was involved. It's always cocaine in the 80s.
It always is cocaine in the 80s. Well, Lee Sing enters.
Oh my gosh, she is just the most adorable little doll baby.
And she's a First Baptist, just like Charlene.
Oh my goodness, they should go to church together and sing up a storm.
So I being me, never knew that a First Baptist was a different kind of Baptist. I always thought the First Baptist churches were like the First Baptist church that was... Seriously, honest to God, it never... I don't know. You Protestants are all so complicated.
Well, girl, you're Catholic. I mean, like, of course you're not going to know these things.
We have Catholic.
Right. That's it. Catholic.
Not First Catholic, not Second Catholic. We're all just Catholic. Like...
Oh man, I would love if there was a second Catholic denomination. Like everybody that committed at least one of like the mortal sins but is still alive, like you are now officially a second Catholic and you have to attend a different type of congregation.
Girl, I'm a sixth Catholic then. Good Lord. For those of you that do not know, do you remember our English teacher in 12th grade, AP English teacher, taught us a way to remember the 7 deadly sins. Do you remember what it was? It's stuck with me this entire time.
Clearly, since you know about my life and my lifestyle, I don't remember these, obviously.
Wasp leg.
Wasp leg.
Wanton, avarice, sloth, pride, lechery, envy, gluttony. Wasp leg.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we did it when we did the Canterbury Tales.
No, I remember, as you were saying it, I remember why we learned it, but I was also like, girl, clearly that did not leave much of an impression other than the actual words on you.
So you know what?
What?
You know what?
What? Tell me
Lechery and
what.
gluttony have been good to me.
That's your best friends, honey. That's your
I
best
would
friends.
also like to say that is the class that I read that horrible book. And I still have not forgiven her for that. What is that horrible fucking novel? Heart of Darkness. God, I hate that thing. And she always said that she could tell if somebody read the Cliff's Notes because they would not get a highest grade. The highest grade I made in that class was after I read the Cliff Notes for that damn Russian novel. Anyway.
So speaking of Russians,
Suzanne walks in and shakes Lee Sing's hand.
oh wow, and Lee Sing says, "Mama."
Mama! And then hugs her.
I guess they didn't
Aw.
explain to Lee Sing what was going to be happening because Lee Sing
Child labor.
I guess they didn't say, "Hey, Lee Sing, you're gonna go stay with this lady while we get stuff cleared up with your new parents." Like, I guess they didn't have that conversation with her based on her
No.
reaction. They probably
Now-
should have done that.
Now this episode goes back and forth a lot to different places.
It
Like
does.
we're through some sets in this one, aren't we?
Yeah, and we get to go and which is kind of interesting in a way. This is a little bit different for this episode because it uses the bouncing back and forth to kind of also go between time
Mhm.
frames as well.
Yeah. So now we're getting ready for bed at Suzanne's. Lisa, oh, that's your face, real close up, real close, girl. You could tighten them pores a little.
Oh, you better stop with that mess. I hate you. I'm trying to plug in my laptop. Give me a second.
Somebody should reduce the resolution on their screen is what should be happening. I don't know if he can hear me, but Suzannah, don't you cry for me.
I can still hear you. I can still hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much, Miss. Talk about my pores. There ain't nothing wrong with my pores.
No, they're good. They're tight. They're tight
is
like a tiger. They're with so much makeup, they're probably clogged up to all hell too.
I only do drag like once a week. It's not like I do it every night. What is that look on your face? What is that? What's that? Let me. Oh, by the way, sidebar, just for the audience. This isn't really a sidebar, but for the audience listening, dear listeners. So Auntie just started a new weekly show down in Miami Beach, and I thought that my life was strange, but I never thought it'd be so strange as walking through a block of tourists in full drag trying to get to a venue from the parking garage. Wow, that is a level of exposure I had never been privy to until now, and it is unusual.
Yeah, I saw a picture of the crowd at this karaoke you were hosting, and I was like, oh, that there are going to be some people that get COVID there, aren't there?
That's
get
why I'm
vaccinated, everyone. This is your weekly reminder.
That's why I'm in the corner.
Yet,
please get vaccinated. Please get vaccinated. We don't want to go all back into lockdown again, please.
No. And the vaccines work against the Delta variant. They do.
Yep. Yeah, there you go. Just go get vaccinated, y'all. For goodness sake. So I love this little part here where they're talking about all of Suzanne's tiaras.
Well,
and
you're missing a very important step.
Oh,
Lee
no.
Sing says she can sing. Well, what can you sing, Lee Sing?
I didn't want to miss it.
Oh, Suzannah.
I missed it on purpose.
Oh, I know you did, but it's important because it's the name of the episode.
But we're gonna do it again at the end.
Don't ruin it.
Oh, sorry.
You think these people actually watch this episode?
They're literally just listening to us be stupid. That's it.
I know. So Lee Sing sees all of her tiaras, and Suzanne puts one on her head that she won for being queen of the Azalea Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind being queen of that. That would be nice, I think. Like a flower festival. That'd be nice.
Yeah, we have one of those every year, and the gay one in Wilmington.
An Azalea festival?
Yeah. It's the Azalea something for the gay people. It's for HIV something or another. I don't.
Oh, I didn't know Azalea's got HIV.
They don't. That because it's prevented. They all wear condoms now.
They take prep.
They take prep.
That doesn't block against Azalea herpes, though. So please be careful.
No. It does. PrEP does not block against all of the other flower STDs. So you still have to wear a condom, people. You still have to wear a condom. Flowers. That's right. All those flowers. So Lee Sing's family's all dead.
Yeah, they dropped that bomb like pretty harshly.
Like they are having it is a Lee Sing's family is everyone is dead. They got on the boat. Her brother died in the orphanage, and she knows he's in heaven because he played the little baby Jesus in the church play.
Woo, it was a lot. It was a lot. Like it was a lot.
Yeah.
And I felt like, because I was going backwards, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is the heaviest thing that's happened so far on this show. Like her dropping that little bit of bomb there was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then and it's like, where do we go from there?
To bed.
That's it.
Well, okay. So you have to have some levity after you have something that serious. So they're going to bed, and Lee Sing knocks over the hot chocolate. It says like, "Oh my stars," whatever Suzanne said earlier when she broke her nail.
She parrots
like,
Suzanne.
Yeah.
Which was cute, although it wasn't cute enough to detract from what just happened. Because what just happened was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a lot today. Oh, I got it.
So then they showed the pillow. So Suzanne's grandmother made her a pillow that said blah blah blah. But I wish two things: to give you roots and to give you wings. And this is foreshadowing.
Yeah.
This is foreshadowing.
Yeah, not
this is Chekhov's pillow.
Yeah, not too shadowing. This is
not too shadowing. This is foreshadowing. Maybe even 7 shadowing. This is a lot of shadowing. I found a good eyeshadow the other day at Marshall's. Ooh!
Just in case anybody wants to know about makeup trips, you can actually find some good eyeshadow palettes at Marshall's for like very little money.
At Marshall's,
yeah. Don't judge. I gotta keep it fresh, honey. I have to keep my looks up at this point now.
Doesn't your man make money?
We don't. This is the one area in my life that I keep him, like, I don't do money and stuff like that toward drag. This is all my own thing.
Yeah, that's shit I do too. Because it's like it's my art.
My art. This is it.
My art.
This is my passion.
And I bagged all my makeup into a big ass bag. So
wow!
I didn't have to look. Oh my god, it's so fucking heavy.
I wish I could do that.
You can. Just buy like 2 of them.
I'll need more than that.
Buy like 3 of them. Actually, no. You know what you should do?
I have a nice storage system now, though. I made a nice little storage system. So I got some containers from the Walmart. I got my label maker out. I kind of got everything in a nice little.
Remember, Lee wants to wear the tiara to bed.
No, you can't wear a tiara to bed, Lee Sing. That's crazy talk.
But you have to lie on your back if you do.
Oh, how would she even know that?
But not that Suzanne's ever done that before.
Never. I can't even imagine her doing that. So then we get to the next day. Now,
yeah.
I'm of course you already know that you know, my Miss Georgia world, you already know what it's gonna be.
Oh yeah, we aren't quite there yet. We aren't.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you already know what's gonna be.
Oh, I do too. Do you think I would pick anything different?
I need to make that for myself. By the way, I have to do my own. I'm gonna have to do that.
You're gonna get a little Vietnamese girl.
No, the outfit, yes, the outfit.
So Suzanne is. We're back at Sugar Baker's. Suzanne is having a birthday party for Lee Sing.
She's had one for her every week.
Every week. Like, Suzanne is killing it. Suzanne is killing it. I just wanted to let you know, Suzanne is killing it. Am I wrong?
No, she is.
Yeah.
She is.
So
she's making her feel extra special.
Yeah. So there's a knock on the door opens, and it's Lee Sing coming in Suzanne's exact outfit, wheeling around that little Louis Vuitton briefcase with Suzanne's perm. It is phenomenal.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Amazing.
I love it so much.
And then Anthony comes in, hands her, says, "Is Lee Sing here? Is Lee Sing?" And this little child actor, she's so good.
She
I'm
is.
Lee Sing. And he's like, "Well, you look like Suzanne." And she's like, "I know." And I think that was natural and just her having a good ass time.
She was so cute. Like, she really was it was so natural that it didn't even feel like, I mean, because in the 80s, child actors were not that good.
No, they weren't.
And so, so it was just adorable. I loved it so much.
Maybe we should have outsourced them to a communist country.
Oh my God. What in the world? Did you just say that?
Yes, I did. I'm not adding that one out like I did last week. So I do. So just as an aside, before we keep going, I have a suggestion for a TV show. If you have the Journey Network on Roku, it's JOURNY. It's a travel channel thing. Like, it's travel thing. Are you familiar with Luke Wynn?
I'm sorry, who?
Luke Wynn.
Apparently not. Who's that?
He is an Australian Vietnamese chef.
Okay.
He's got two, like, of his most famous shows are where he travels down the Mekong and cooks in Vietnam, and the other one is where he takes the train called the Reunification Line. It's the Vietnamese government rebuilt a line going from Ho Chi Minh City to Saigon, back the other way, and he cooks along the way with like the common people. It is very fun.
Sounds fun.
And it's also very interesting to see what the communist government will let you film and what they won't.
Oh, yeah.
And how annoyed some of these people are. This attractive man, like, he is super cute.
I was about to ask, that was my next question, actually, and I was like, should I ask this? Because I don't want to sound shallow, but he sounds like he's going to be very cute. So
he is. He's maybe between, at this point, 35 and 40, and like,
so our target range.
Like, yeah. And like nice calves, which is a thing I have. Don't ask the world. What?
I didn't say anything. I don't know what you always add these little, like, extra little things, and I'm like, it's almost like you feel like I'm judging you, but I know you're not. I was more wanting to the listeners. Dear listeners, judge me if you must. Calves, ass, and arms, damn it. That sounds like it could be. That's like the new heads, knees, and toes song for the gays. That's our new. We got to make that into a song. We'll get the same producers for RuPaul's Drag Race's music, and we'll turn that into a new ditty. Yep.
Please, we could do better than RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, we could have Jan rap on it.
Only if she does blackface. So Suzanne takes the present away.
Yeah.
And gives her present, which is a master charge. And like Charlene is so nonplussed. She's like, "This is disgusting." And Maryjo's like, "Yeah, it is. Giving a kid a credit card." And she's like, "No, her limit's bigger than mine."
Yeah. Which I can tell you technically based on working for a credit card company, that actually checks out because she would have just been an additional on Suzanne's account. Yeah. So what she was actually looking at was Suzanne's credit balance, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. So we're back to the next day.
Oh, and I don't know about you. This exchange made me all homesick for a minute. I was like, oh.
Well, they're talking about the way to raise kids, and like Julia was at Suzanne's place, and they had a merry-go-round, and all this. The kids were being spoiled, and Charlene's like, "Well, we should raise the kids the way Andy Taylor did on the Andy Griffith Show," and she goes on to this whole diatribe of what Andy Taylor did and all this blah 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 blah. Eventually saying, "You know, Andy just tricked Opie, and now I'm upset."
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
That sounds like parenting in Western North Carolina to me.
It's true. It's absolutely true.
So dear listeners, for those that don't know, the place that myself and Miss Mims are from is about 25 miles from the place that inspired Mayberry from the Andy Griffith Show. So we basically were raised in a very similar environment to Opie.
That's true. In fact, the main barbershop in our town, like the white people barbershop,
yes,
was Floyd's barbershop. Like it was downtown, right near the B.F. Goodrich tire store.
Oh, the B.F. Goodrich. We never went to that one. My dad used to take me to the one that was next to the Chinese restaurant in Newtown.
Oh, Jim Head's place.
Jim Head's,
that's where I started until he cut my ear.
He cut your ear?
Cut my ear.
What?
With the straight razor, yeah.
Ooh.
And then put that iodine stick onto it.
Ooh. We went there all the way up until my hair started curling. And then they were like, "We can't do anything with him now." Sorry, sir. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. He's just too black. I apologize.
Sorry.
We
he was
handle this.
Before he was like,
there are no Dominicans that live in the city.
No, it was like 0 to 9, where my hair was pretty much just kind of straight with a slight curl. They're like, "Yeah, he's fine. Then 10 happened, and they're like, "Oh,
you know
no."
What? The fact you went to that barbershop makes so much sense. You had the rat tail.
Yeah,
because they tried to give me rat tail.
Well, no,
I refused.
I went there because I went there because that's where my dad always got his hair cut because his hair was straight. So of course he went there. But yeah, then after that, we had a real tough time trying to find a place for me. So I just would go to the beauty school and just have them do it, because all that would ever happen, dear listeners, I just want to send this PSA out to all of you. If you are ever inclined to have interracial children, please do some looking into where to get their hair taken care of, because eventually that's going to be a thing. And just so you all know, what my experience was like as a young teenager or a tween, I guess it would be, involved going to the beauty school, having the student start it, and never having the student finish it because they always had to get the instructor to finish my hair. So just keep that in mind for any future interracial babies you're going to have.
Yeah, I had I was having a conversation with a coworker, and she was like, you're married to a white man, and you are a white man. If you ever adopt a child with any melanin, please come to me. Please come to me, and I will take care of them. And if I cannot take care of them, I will refer you to a Dominican who can.
Speaking of sending people to people, it's time for Lisi's parents to come.
Oh no, the papers have been approved.
They got approved a week early too.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So now we're to Suzanne's.
Yeah.
where Lee Sing and her have a little heart to heart. Lee Sing wants to stay, and then they have a little. She prays,
Mm-hmm.
and then she says, "I love you" to Suzanne. Then Delta Burke does some acting.
Some real acting.
Some real acting. Looks real upset and
Super
just says,
upset.
"I love you too,"
Yeah.
and then puts the pillow into her bag.
I felt that.
Yeah.
I felt
Yeah.
that.
There was not a dry in our house.
I felt okay. So then we get to the next morning where we get to meet Lee Sing's parents. Her father is a shoe salesman.
Yes, because Anthony's like, "I've always been interested in shoe sales," and Charlene gives him a look. But Suzanne and Lee Sing aren't there, and Suzanne calls, and they're at Kendall's, and Julia is which is apparently a restaurant, and Julia's going that we've not yet heard of. The only place we've heard of is that Tokyo place.
Yeah.
So Julia's going to go meet her. So we're now in another set.
But wait, you have
What?
to explain though, why is Julia going to go meet her?
Oh, because she doesn't want to give her up.
There you go.
Like Suzanne does not want to give her up. So we get Julia gets to Kendall's. Lee Sing is comforting Suzanne.
Yes.
Julia gives her some change. Says go over there and play Miss Pac-Man. Great game, by the way.
Oh, it was such a great game.
I'm so good at it. And Julia sits down and has a discussion with her, and basically says, "You're not cut out to be a mom, and she's better off without you." And like, I would like, dear listeners, I would like to interject right here. This has not been proven. If anything, Suzanne is a fantastic mother. She has given this girl everything. She has showed compassion. She's showed love. Everything. Like, put this girl in a good school. Treated her to caviar every night, we find out later. Like,
Yeah.
everything. Everything. Am I wrong?
I mean, I would say that based
You can
on
say
this,
whatever you want to.
I would just say based on this emotional breakdown that she has, where she's now willing to commit technically kidnapping, that might be a little bit of an issue when we talk about if she's fit to be a mother. Just saying.
Well, but I would like to propose the counterpoint to that.
Okay.
Issue 2. I would like to. The McLaughlin group is what I was doing right there.
I know. Nobody else got that reference except for the two of us just now. Because I could see your face, so I knew what you were doing.
I would like to propose the counter argument to that.
So the counter to my counter.
The counter to your counter. The counter
Yes.
to your counter is that she has now found that she loves the child that much, and she feels like her mother, and she's freaking out because she feels like her real mother.
Okay, so that will be good.
That would be good. That would be good. Well, okay, we're back at Sugar Bakers now.
Well, no, wait, hold on, wait. There is a lot that happens in this one little section, though. Like a lot of emotion.
Because I thought Julia was an idiot. Go on.
No, when Julia tells her, when she starts crying too, and she's like crying because she's so happy because now Suzanne knows what it feels like to be a mother. Like she basically said, "No, I was wrong." That was her way of saying Julia's not going to say she's wrong, but that was as close as it came to Julia saying that she was wrong. And then they have a little moment there. I thought that was adorable.
Okay, now we're back at Sugar Bakers.
Wow. You skipped over very emotional things. Suzanne,
I did not find it emotional. I found
You didn't-
Julia to be completely wrong.
you
And
didn't
the
find
thing
it
is- No.
you didn't find it emotional when Suzanne says Lee Sing is the first person to love me for me, and then
So-
Julia's like, that's not true.
Notice how her father wasn't in there?
Well, it's the South, honey.
So okay. That first part, when you start that, yes. But then when she goes on to say, "You're not fit to be a mother. You're too selfish," and then it goes off the rails. So I find most of Julia's speech completely.
All right. Well, okay.
Bad writing, and not Julia.
All right. Well, let's go back to Sugar Bakers then, so we can wrap up this episode.
Dear listeners, you make the judge, and then tell us what you think at dog barking.
Yeah, dog barking.
At Baking Sugar Pod. Let us know. Tweet us. Tell us everything.
Just don't tell us bad things. Just don't tell us bad things.
Leasing meets the family.
Yeah, this is nice.
The mother has a linen handkerchief, and Leasing's like, linen handkerchief, that's a sign of good breeding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that now I don't know about you, but you know, my Southern roots definitely, as I looked at this couple, I thought to myself, this screams First Baptist to me. Like they scream First Baptist.
Did you ever watch the movie Sordid Lives?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the mother in that, the mother, Leasing's mother, is the ultra conservative mother in Sordid Lives.
Yep. I was like, oh my goodness,
which also has Delta Burke in it.
Yep. This is probably where they made friends and actually like met each other.
It maybe was. So Delta Burke has a list of special things that Leasing has to have. She has to have hot chocolate every night. She's got a tiara in the bag to put on to sleep in.
She likes a little bit of caviar and a saltine every night.
Caviar and a saltine, which I don't know if the acting behind them when they say that was planned or not, but like Julia loses it. Dixie Carter is like cackling when she says that. I wonder how many takes they had to make that through, because that looked like it would be hard.
I loved it. I thought that was adorable.
So then Leasing leaves, and she's like, well, you know, she had at the beginning of all this, she handed them a card, and the parents are like, well, we may have to frame it. And she's like, well, I can also sing. What can you sing? And then she sings "Oh, Suzannah"
as she closes the door.
As she closes the door.
Copyright.
No, there's no copyright for "Oh, Suzannah." It's too old.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
No, "Oh, Suzannah's a old ass
song.
Old ass song. I don't know what I was getting ready to say. Did you find yourself a Miss Georgia World?
Annie, did I ever? I forgot, y'all, just to let y'all know. I forgot about this outfit, and as soon as I saw it again, I said, oh, wait, this is like my ultimate Miss Georgia World outfit, because as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, it was like memories came flooding back. This was the first outfit on this show that I was just like, oh, this is it.
That little pink peplum with that black skirt. And it was black buttons too, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. It was so beautiful.
It was. It really, really was. I love it. I
loved it so much.
And you're talking about only Sing, aren't you?
I'm talking about both of them. I can't even just give it to straight lead sing. It's on both of them. The big version and the small version looked amazing.
Yeah, I give it just to Lee Sing because she rocked it with the little Louis Vuitton bag. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, so good.
I was trying to figure out how they got that perm out of that girl's hair by the next day.
Oh, it was a wig.
No, I'm just saying. Like.
Oh, okay. No, it was a wig.
Not a
wig.
A wig. Okay, we're doing that now. Okay.
Did you like this episode?
So I did. I liked the episode. I know that it's problematic for you, but I like this episode because it finally gave us a little bit of humanization of Suzanne. You know, which so did the pageant episode, but this was like a different type of humanizing her. And so yeah, I did like it. The only thing I don't This is like the one thing I don't like, right? Is that Suzanne is like in her, at this point, she's supposed to be in like her late 20s, early 30s, right?
She's 30.
She's 30 based on like that episode we
Yeah.
saw. Why are we talking about her like the woman is having menopause at this point?
Oh,
Like,
because she's fat. Remember?
I know. Well, I mean, I don't think she's fat, but it's just so weird to me that like everyone is talking about her, including Suzanne. Like, I'm never gonna have a chance to be a mother, and I was like, why are we talking about her like that?
So I really like this episode. I really enjoy this episode. That 1 minute of Julia doing whatever Linda Bloodworth Thompson just made her do is horrible. Because she proved she would be a good mother. She's done nothing but prove to Julia that she'd be a good mother.
I agree.
And like when she said, I don't know what you'd be good at, she brings in all the business, Julia. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like that.
But you know, there's a
one.
There is a thing though, right? There is a thing where people forget that charming people, being charismatic with people, people forget that that is a skill. And people also forget how important that skill is. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, for me and my daytime career, lack of charisma and lack of being able to interact with people like that, I know full well how difficult that can make life. So it's just a thing though. Like, it's, you know, I mean, Julia has it too, but people forget that that is not something that's innate. And so to us, yes, we can see where Suzanne has these skills, but you know, Julia is a different ball of fish. Wait, ball of fish, barrel of fish. Barrel of pickles? What am I trying to say? I don't know.
I'm letting you go because I was
kettle of fish. Is it kettle of fish? That's the expression. There's something.
How about you tell people where they can find you?
Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. I trailed off for a moment. I got to figure out what that expression is now later. So, dear listeners, if you'd like to follow my exploits online, you can follow me on Instagram at Auntie, auntiemaim, MAIM. That's auntie.maim, MAIM. You can follow our page on Instagram also for updates at stop making that face, at Mims and Maim. So that's at MIMS ANDMAIM. Where you can follow updates for us. There might be some surprises coming up soon as we get close to the end of our first season of Baking Sugar. Can you believe it's like actually starting to approach the end of season 1?
God.
Oh my God, stop. So that's where you can catch me. I would say follow me on Facebook, but nobody does that, so it's fine. So what about you, Miss Mims?
So you can find me at designingwomen on Twitter. You can also find Mims and Maim at Mims and Maim on Twitter. You can find this podcast at Baking Sugar Pod on Twitter. And you know, we do have a Patreon that you can help us like pay for things like this wonderful software that I use that I forgot. I don't know what I did with it last week. The sound was a little wonky. But it's better this week.
Thanks, Google. Thank you, Google. You said it was gonna be better for you, Google.
It's much better. Like we real talk, people. This is not like what's the word I'm looking for?
Hashtag sponsored.
Hashtag sponsored. We switched from Zoom to Google this week. And like Google has been consistent. Google has been like clear. I mean, I'll see whenever I edit it, but like I had issues recording from Zoom that I am not having with Google. So if any of those people are starting off with the podcast, I suggest trying Google Meets first before you do anything else.
So would you say that Zoom is kind of like that kind of flashy boyfriend that is not very consistent when he shows up for your dates and he leaves you hanging, whereas Google is the not so flashy guy who's always dependable and you can rely on him at all times, but you still end up dating Zoom more.
Yes, you're Zoom, I'm Google. And on that note, join us next week for episode 19. Maryjo's dad dates Charlene. Say goodbye, Auntie Maim.
Goodbye, Auntie Maim.
Bye, dear listeners.